Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. If it's not primetime TV, then for the most part it doesn't matter. I think that's pretty true. Unless you're some sort of a politics nerd, chances are you aren't watching C-SPAN or following clips that are being posted relating to moments on the Senate or House floor during some of these committee hearings. If you aren't keenly involved in politics, people are being spoon-fed nothing but lies and ridiculous narratives, and they miss moments like these. Moments that make it incredibly clear that what is generally referred to in the mainstream media as a conspiracy theory many of the times is anything but. The mainstream media doesn't want you to mention this name. They want you to forget that this name even exists. Ray Epps, of course. And that's it right there, the way they freeze, the way they go silent, the way they simply can't answer questions effectively or obviously honestly. The moment that name is uttered pretty much tells you all that you need to know. Biden's lackey, Mr. Merrick Garland, was challenged on the issue during a congressional hearing, and his reaction basically tells the whole story. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into. Let's talk about these ridiculous double standards in the justice system, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the moment that everyone seems to be talking about on Twitter right now. Let's play the clip and of course, like usual, have a conversation.
You're citing the Constitution, I'm going to cite it. It's our constitutional duty to do oversight. Now, in that video, that was your answer to a question to me 2 years ago. When I said how many agents or assets of the government were present on January 5th and January 6th and agitating in the crowd to go into the Capitol and how many went into the Capitol. Can you answer that now?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh, last time, you don't know how many there were or there were none?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. If there were any, I don't know how many. I don't know whether there are any.
I think you may have just perjured yourself that you don't know that there were any. You want to say that again, that you don't know that there were any?
I have no personal knowledge of this matter. I think what I said the last time.
You've had 2 years to find out. And the day, by the way, that was in reference to Ray Epps, and yesterday you indicted him. Isn't that a wonderful coincidence? On a misdemeanor. Meanwhile, you're sending grandmas to prison. You're putting people away for 20 years for merely filming. Some people weren't even there yet. You got the guy on video who's saying go into the Capitol. He's directing people to the Capitol before the speech ends. He's at the site of the first breach. You've got all the goods on him, 10 videos, and it's an indictment for a misdemeanor? The American public isn't buying it. I yield the balance of my time to Chairman Jordan.
May I answer the question? In discovery, in the cases that were filed with respect to January 6, the Justice Department prosecutors provided whatever information they had about the question that you're asking. With respect to Mr. Epps, the FBI has said that he was not an employee or informant of the FBI. Mr. Epps has been charged, and there's a proceeding, I believe, going on today on that subject.
The charge is a joke. I yield to the chairman.
Ah yes, totally believable. Merrick Garland, the head of the DOJ, the guy who's at the head of all of these investigations, who has access to all of the behind-the-scenes information. Apparently Merrick Garland, well, he just has no personal knowledge of anything. It's funny how that works, right? When it touches something that's positive for their narrative, oh, they know everything. Merrick Garland knows it all. But the moment it touches Democrats, the moment it touches the establishment or uniparty's interest, all of a sudden these people go from the most intelligent, most powerful people on the planet to complete clueless idiots who know nothing about anything. Yeah, that's what we call a cover-up. Supposedly, they know nothing of Ray Epps. No, they've only had 2 years to look into it. They've had the text message evidence and, of course, the video evidence, video and audio evidence, where he's essentially saying he's going to do something, and then literally does all of it on camera, but they know nothing, they can't comment. They could comment on everyone else. But him, oh well, I don't know, just a sensitive topic apparently. Completely ridiculous. Almost 3 years after the fact, finally Ray Epps is being charged. Hallelujah, they did it. They proved everyone wrong. They proved the conspiracy theorists wrong by charging Ray Epps with a single misdemeanor. It makes so much sense, right? Enrique Tarrio gets 22 years in federal prison, essentially pretty close to a life sentence. He's 39 years old and he could possibly be in prison until his early 60s. He gets sentenced to 22 years when he wasn't even there on the day of. Meanwhile, Ray Epps,
In fact, tomorrow, I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go, I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in to the Capitol.
Let's go!
So I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. As soon as the president's done speaking, we go to the Capitol. The Capitol's this direction. He's done speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are.
The guy essentially gets off with a slap on the wrist. No obstruction felony charge. No civil disorder charge. He didn't even get trespassing on restricted grounds. There are journalists who were simply there the day of, documenting the events of the day, who got harsher penalties, harsher charges than Ray Epps did. You know, the non-answer from Merrick Garland is better than the answer, because it tells me everything I need to know. You know, if they were able to provide facts to dismantle the, let's call it, right-wing narrative surrounding January 6th and Ray Epps, they would do so. But instead, this is what we have to deal with. And it tells us that we are right. That Ray Epps is most likely part of some sort of plot. He's obviously working with the feds in some regard, whether before or after the fact, because the charges simply don't make any sense. And it's not like any Democrats have any interest in getting to the bottom of this one. No. They're not interested at all. During a committee hearing relating to possible DOJ misconduct and the weaponization of federal agencies, Democrats did a great job asking really hard-hitting questions. Like, you know, using their time to praise Attorney General Merrick Garland over some non-existent accomplishment.
Mr. Garland, I believe that the only thing that cartel leaders fear is a United States prison. I want to thank you for the good job. You recently extradited Oviedo Guzman Lopez, El Chapo's son. Thank you very much for that good job.
Or just the most ridiculous brown-nosing you could possibly imagine.
Mr. Attorney General, you are serious. They are not. You are decent. They are not. You are fair. They are not.
Or chiming in on the issue and claiming that everything Republicans are talking and referring to is all one big, long discredited conspiracy theory.
Justice and Attorney General Garland to address any number of real substantive problems facing the American people. Instead, House Republicans will use their time today to talk about long discredited conspiracy theories and Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah, it's all just long, discredited conspiracy theories. Still waiting for these supposed theories to be discredited. I mean, if anything, that's literally what Merrick Garland's job, I guess, in this situation would be, to discredit these supposed incorrect claims and assumptions. Yet what did we get from Merrick Garland? A whole load of, I don't know, I'm not sure, I have no personal knowledge of. Well, there you go. Right-wing conspiracy theories officially debunked. I mean, give me a break. But of course, if everything I've showed you thus far isn't intellectually frustrating enough, well, Cori Bush also said this.
The constitutional gender equality for all. Finally, I cannot overstate how shocked I am by the targeting of protesters who oppose the construction of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center or Cop City, and I urge the department to investigate these obvious violations of civil rights. These may all seem like unrelated issues, but to me, to my constituents, to countless advocates, and to people who are most directly impacted, they are interconnected, and they all speak to whether the department under your leadership will advance justice or simply pay lip service to it.
Funny stuff, huh? When Antifa goes on a terroristic intimidation campaign, probably the best way that we could describe it in Atlanta, and they get arrested, it's a travesty. But when Republican voters get arrested for simply showing up at a school board meeting or simply being present during January 6th, well, then that's just justice being served. I wish more people would watch, because the answers are right in front of you. The truth is staring you right in the eyes. All you have to do is turn off the mainstream media garbage and pay a little bit of attention. The DOJ is the enforcement wing of the Democrat Party, and Merrick Garland is the head of that department. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.